So hey everybody, welcome back and thanks for tuning back in. And what are we doing today? Well, today's going to be more of a show and tell. And good news is the water tanks finally, after a little over a month, they did arrive. So let me show you what the tanks look like, where I'm going to put those, and then we'll talk about some fittings and how I'm going to hook this thing up. And unfortunately, I don't have all the parts and pieces yet. I did order some more parts, and they should be coming by next week. I'm going to have to order some other parts, and we'll talk about those here in just a minute. So let me show you the water tanks, and then I'll show you where we're going to put those. Well, here we are. The tanks are made by Duracast. They're based out of Florida, and part of the reason why it took so long for these tanks to arrive is they took a little side trip up towards Maine, and why they sent them to the wrong place, who knows. When I called them up for the tracking, they even gave me the wrong name, and that was a red flag. I was like, oh no. So anyway, yeah, they told me that they accidentally shipped these up to Maine. So first thing I did when I opened them up is check to see if there was any lobsters in here, which there wasn't. So otherwise, they did make it. I bought two of these, and they are about 16 by 12 by 12, and so almost 10 gallons, probably around 9.8, 9.9, something like that. They have two parts for the lid here. The top part, this part unscrews, and you throw that around just like that. But anyway, once the fittings come, you tap your holes, you're able to reach in and secure everything down. So that part will go back on here like so. Tighten that down, and then we have another little access plate, and I think these are the little vent holes, so when as the water fills, it pushes in on these, closes that. Otherwise, you have a little vent, so when the pump is sucking out the water, it's not collapsing the tank, but able to draw in some air. So, and then that just locks into place like that. I haven't yet tested it to see, make sure it doesn't leak, but we'll check that out before we run any water into this thing. Okay, so let me show you where we're going to put them. Our first tank, which will be our holding tank for our sink, is going to fit right under here, and then the second one is going to go right under here, and that'll be our water tank. So let me set this in place. So it should fit in here, no problem. Just like so. And yep, it's a nice fit. Still have a lot of room left over for some storage on the side. Now here in a few minutes we'll take some measurements and see exactly what kind of tubing, how much, and fittings that we're going to need. So let's take a look. So with our tank setting in here, of course we have our drain from our sink right here, and I think what we're going to end up doing is tapping a bulkhead fitting here. Our drain will come down, little 3/8 inch tubing, probably loop up and into the tank, thereby creating a somewhat of a trap. And about the only thing that's going to go down this sink is water. Will not be forcing any food particles or anything like that in there, so I'm not too worried about you know, a major trap, hold back stank or anything like that. Then for our drain, I'm going to have a fitting down here, probably around a 3/4. Also do a shut-off valve right here. We're going to run through this wall, in behind the refrigerator, down through the floor, and I have another fitting that will attach to the bottom of the trailer with a cap on it. And when I'm ready to drain the holding tank, then all I have to do is take the cap off. If I need to, I can hook a hose to it, run it out into the dirt field, into a line somewhere, and then open the valve and drain the tank, and that will be that. So for this tank. Really all I need is a fitting here for our sink drain and a fitting here for our evacuation drain, and I think that's going to do that. Our other tank is here in the back, and I haven't decided exactly which way I'm going to have this facing, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have the pump situated right here, which means our line is going to be coming out this way. So we'll have a fitting. I'm not exactly sure where we're going to put the fitting. On the side coming out and into the pump. We will also do another fitting just like the one under the sink for the holding tank. We will have a fitting coming out down through the floor out to the bottom of the trailer so we can drain the tank if we need to. I also have a inlet that we will install and come in somewhere. It'll probably come somewhere in here perhaps, and right down. I'm not sure if we'll do it through the top or through the side as if water fill, but that's the idea. And like I said, I haven't decided how I will mount this, whether I'll do it this way and give myself more room here, and that may be the ticket. We'll see. But the only reason I can't here is my electrical line coming in. I can't put it against the wall as far as I want to, which is okay. I can still mount this way. I'm not sure. That might be the ticket right there. That way I'm keeping all the weight towards the wheels. We'll see. So the only reason I'm not installing anything is because, like most of us, when we need something we go to the store. They don't have what we need. So I'm going to have to spend a little time online and search for something and buy it online. The next item on our list is for the water to our sink, and I think I'm going to use a stainless steel braided line for that. It has the 1/2 inch FIP that'll attach right to the water fill for our sink and right to the pump itself. So I just have to figure out what the length of that is. I had a couple of them in my hand. I was going to buy something, but I wasn't exactly sure what length to get. So let me take a measurement, and that way I'll have a better idea next time I walk into the hardware store which one I'm going to get. So taking a couple of measurements for my water line, it looks like I'm going to need about 5 feet. Unfortunately, the store that I shop at, they either have a 4-foot section or have an 8-foot section, and 8 foot might be a little bit too extreme. So once again, I'm going to have to search online and see if I can't find what I'm looking for. So there's our show and tell, ladies and gentlemen, and we have our water tanks. I purchased these at National Tank Outlet. What can I say about the company? Well, let's start with the product first. How's that? Very durable, very well built. The assembly looks like it's pretty decent. The cleanup is fairly good. I don't see a lot of porosity or anything like that on the edges. It doesn't look like it has shrunk very much. So as far as the overall product from Duracast, I'd give it a thumbs up. Very well made. Assembly looks good, clean, and not a scratch on it for being all over the country. What can I say about National Tank Outlet, who is, I believe, is nothing but a middleman? Unfortunately, I don't have too much good to say for that company. I probably will not use that company anymore for any future projects. Although every time I called, I did get a live person. Unfortunately, they couldn't give me any information, but they always promised me that tomorrow they would email or call me with some information, which never took place. And I called 4 times. The last time I called, I spoke to a different person, and she was able to give me the information I needed and told me what the holdup was. So I was thankful for that. So they did manage to arrive, and well, here they are. So my shopping continues. We need to get some bulkhead fittings and get some water line. I also need to purchase a couple more switches so I can put the water pump on a toggle switch and run power to the power supply, so I'm able to shut the pump on and off just in case there's ever a leak. That pump will start to run, and if it does, well, there'll be 10 gallons of water all over the place, so we don't want that. That's that, huh? So one more shot of the tanks here for you. Like I said, made by Duracast. The assembly's good. I've got it sealed nice and tight. I have yet to check and see if it'll leak, which I hope it doesn't. The inside is very smooth. No sharp corners at all. Nice and clean. I think my next task will be, we'll fill this up with water, turn it upside down, and test to see if this thing leaks. I'm not totally convinced just yet. So, anyway, there it is, and here is where they will go. So, with any luck, next week we will have some pieces and parts, and we'll be able to start putting this together. And once we get the tanks installed, we get our drains run, we get our drain into the holding tank, then we can start worrying about fastening our countertop down and then putting some trim work around the sides. We need to get that locked down. That'll be the last step before the kitchen is complete, and then be good to go. And then obviously back here we still have to run a drain down, and then we got some water lines into the water pump. So there we go. That was a long wait. We'll see if it was worth it. Well, this is a little short, sweet video, just a little show and tell to let you know that the water tanks did arrive, and we'll see how happy I am once we fill those up with water and test for any leaks. But we're almost there. We'll get them installed here in the next week or so and test out our water, and hey, with any luck, we'll be taking a bath in the sink before too long. Well, thanks for sticking it out in the videos, and appreciate your feedback, and all those who subscribe, thank you very much, and keep the comments coming. And you guys got some pretty good ideas and some projects of your own that you're going to be working on or are working on. So with any luck, maybe the summertime will cross paths somewhere on the road. So hang in there and continue to build on your project. You should be far along right now, so don't make me start another one without you. And well, stay tuned, more to come.